Alrighty. I'm just gonna get started here soon. I just shared it out not too long ago, so gonna give a little bit of time to potentially get some people in here, so I'll be back here shortly. Alright, well, I'm just gonna kind of get started here. I'll try to keep an eye on the chat as much as I can, but I'll just gonna be working through what I'm doing here. So this is essentially just the intro is what I have here to It's You. I think it's actually something Vocal Spectrum recently started performing. It's a great song, so I kind of played this last night when I was trying to test out what I have. But this is totally just a straight recorded. It's not touched by any compression, EQ, anything.
Many a broken heart, moon up above, songs with diamonds and pearls.
It's also obviously, as you can hear, not corrected yet.
Songs about dimples and curls. Many love songs been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new, yet there's only but one song that's truer than true. This song I sing to you.
One thing I realized, I don't have the sheet music open to make sure that when I'm correcting this, I'm correcting the notes correctly, so we'll pull that up here. Alright, so I think the first thing I'm going to do here is kind of function as my own compressor. And I actually picked this up from a video I watched not too long ago, so I'm just going to kind of listen through and try to grab the notes that don't really sound fluid, or that don't really, too loud, too quiet, and just try to get a little bit more consistent volume on the overall performance. For whatever reason, my sheet music closed here, so I close that, open that up again. Alright.
Many a love song about many a girl.
I need to grab all this, as you can just tell even just by looking at it that it's quiet in comparison to the rest of everything that's going on.
Many a love song about many a girl, many a broken.
I'm just gonna bring that down a little bit.
Love girl, many a broken heart, moon up above so. Moon up above songs with
obviously we still want to leave a little bit of dynamics in here, but just trying to get it closer to a consistent volume.
Never enough song. Diamonds in pearls. With diamonds and pearls.
And take an opportunity to try to address that S right there.
Pearls. Never enough songs about dimples and curls.
These last couple up a little bit.
Songs about dimples and curls. Many love songs been sung in vain. Been sung in vain.
Thanks, Corey.
They speak of a love so new, yet there's only but one. Songs been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new. They speak of a love so new, yet they.
For sure gonna be bringing all these down a little bit.
Yet they. Yet they. Yet there's only but one song. There's only but one song that's truer than true. This song that's truer than true. This song. This song I see.
Try to get another S here that's a bit egregious.
I sing to you. See, I sing to you.
All right, cool. Well, time to cheat. Control-Alt-P, by the way. So we'll do that. It says it's correcting the pitch drift to 100%, but it's really not. As you can see, it's still, there's still some human nature in there. But just centering it, again, this stuff's all for sale for learning tracks. It should be correct. It should be in the right place.
Many a love song about many a girl. Many a love song about many a girl. Many a a girl, many a girl, many a broken heart, many a girl, many a girl, many a broken heart, many a broken.
This isn't even close. I even sang this song as a lead, and this isn't even close. Didn't know.
Many a broken heart.
So when the time comes, I'll probably re-record that little section of it, but for the time being, we'll live with that.
Many a broken heart. Moon up above, songs with diamonds and pearls. With diamonds and pearls. Never enough songs about dimples and curls. Many love songs, many love songs been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new, yet there's only but one song that's truer than true.
Oh, there's no way that's right.
That's truer. That's truer than true. This song I sing to you.
All right. So it's a lead part. I will typically stack bass after that, just because those are going to be kind of your two main parts holding down what you have from a quartet perspective. And I'm just right from the rip here going to hit this with the old Control Alt P. Just center everything.
Many a love song, many a love song about many a girl. Many a love song about many a girl.
These are quiet. These are a bit loud.
Many a love song.
Might have lied. Undo that. I cut out this S again.
Many a love song.
Bring up many a love.
Many a love song about many a girl. Many a broken.
Oh, what the hell's happening there?
Many a broken.
Would that be E flat, B flat, E flat?
Many a broken. Many a broken. Many a broken. Many a broken.
Let's try to pull this back a little bit, and this Alt. If you hold Alt, you can pretty much move it pixel by pixel.
Many a broken heart.
There we go. And this is also when, if it doesn't have these notes separated and you select to pitch correct it, it'll just center it, so it'll lose track of those drifts there.
Many a broken heart. Many a broken heart.
That's kind of aggressive. So you can come in here, pull that to be a little bit smoother. Yeah, that's better.
Moon up above, songs with time.
That's another one that can't possibly be right.
Songs, moon up above, songs with time. Songs with diamonds and pearls. Never enough song. Never enough. Never enough songs about dimples and curves.
See here, it didn't hear where the slide was correctly.
Many a love song. Many a love songs been sung in vain. Many a love songs been sung in vain. Been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new. They speak of a
Hmm.
They speak of a love so new, yet there's only but one.
Yeah, Zach, it's going to depend on the length of the song.
That's true.
Obviously, how well it was recorded is going to depend. As we're kind of seeing as we go through this isn't very well recorded. This is kind of just something I did an afternoon a little while ago that I just had some time, so I just threw it together. So this takes a little bit longer because I'm trying to look and actually ensure that the notes that I've sung are correct and do those types of things. How well in sync it is, that's where a lot of time is spent. So if it, ballads are a little trickier than uptunes, where an uptune, just having something to a consistent tempo makes it a little bit easier to have everything in sync. Where this, like a ballad, where it's pretty free form and free flowing, it's a little bit trickier to have all your words, consonants, have everything line up. So that takes a little bit longer. But typically, probably, 50+% of the time is spent pretty much here doing this.
Many a love song.
Like already right from the beginning here, bass is early.
Many a girl.
We'll get there.
Many a broken heart.
Kind of sounds awful. That many is terrible.
Moon up above.
Teaser off. That's another thing you gotta address.
With diamonds and pearls. Never enough songs about. Never enough songs about him. Never enough songs about dimples and about dimples and
Actually.
dimples and curls and curls. Many a love song's been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new, yet there's only but one song that's truer than true. This song that's truer than true. This song.
Try to grab these S's again. This is something that I never really used to do. Another thing where I just picked up from watching videos of of people who are a lot better at this than me do it. This is just, it's a pretty much the most precise de-esser you can have. I literally grab the S and make it quieter. That's probably too much. Sounds unnatural. Yeah, there we go.
I sing to you.
Alright, so now I'm really going to try to get in here and get this sync together, because that's one of the more important things that we're doing. I'm just pulling the right side in so that it'll loop back to the beginning at the right time. Same with the left, so that it doesn't play all this.
Many a Many love. Many love songs.
This is the one thing with editing in Melodyne like this, is it doesn't, if the note that you're singing is a single note and is held together pretty well, pretty smooth, it won't recognize where that change in word is. So you kind of got to come in here and cut it on your own, and it's kind of just a matter of trial and error, just listening to try to hear.
Many love songs. Many love.
Like knee is
Many love songs.
that's actually probably okay. Gotta bring back though.
Many love songs. Many love songs.
I think love back a little bit too.
Many love song bows, many a girl, many a girl, many a girl, many a broken heart.
God, every time we go through that, it makes me sad. It's terrible. I'm gonna try to line up the end of this, so I've already cut the breath out, so I can just bring this back just a touch so that they both end at the same time. I gotta bring the beginning of this back to get in time with lead, because obviously the lead is always correct, even though this is probably only the third take and I still wasn't really sure what I wanted to do.
Many a broken heart.
So there we go again. Cut it here at the end of the word and just condense the breath down, give myself a marker at the T. Try to line it up there.
Moon up above sun.
It's a little. Another S.
Sun. Moon up above sun.
Oh, wrong tool. Also, for anybody maybe not familiar with Melodyne and how it works here, so I have just the main tools. This is just a select, and kind of it'll do whatever it thinks you want it to do with wherever it is. And if I right click, it's just giving me these options up here, just wherever my mouse is. And this is the main pitch editing one, so it'll grab me, it'll show me the blob. I have just the one that allows me to move it. I can hold and come down here, and this will impact how much that pitch drifts. These are kind of the tools you want to be careful with, because this is when it'll really start to sound like a robot if we do that. So now I've taken all the drift out, or the modulation, and then I can come in here and take that drift out, and this is pretty much gonna sound. That's when you're gonna start to hear people sounding like robots, is when you're taking the waver in your voice, the vibrato out. That's when it starts to sound kind of canned and robotic. So we'll undo that. And then this is if you want to move it in cents, I believe. I'm not even close to worrying about that much. Amplitude, pretty obvious. I can take each one of these note blobs here and change the volume of it. The arrows here allow me to move it, and again, holding Alt will allow me to move it a single pixel at a time. So that's just what I'm doing. I'm switching between these tools that allow me to cut it and move it and change the volume and do all those things.
Put up above songs with diamonds. Songs with diamonds in pearls.
That pearls is really late.
With diamonds and pearls, never enough song.
I know I've gone in and dealt with a lot of these S's. I'm gonna leave the ones at the end of the phrases just because it feels more natural that it should be there.
Never enough.
Sorry, check Facebook. Standard.
Never enough. Never enough sun. Never enough sun. Never enough sun.
This S, on the other hand, we're going to deal with this gentleman here.
Never enough songs about temple. About temple. About temple. About temple.
These are the kinds of ones that you can't really fix. So as you can hear, the way that the lead turns the vowel is different than how I turn the vowel on the bass line, and I'm probably not going to be able to match that to make it sound exactly the same. Jeremiah, I'm going through, this is Melodyne, so it's essentially just an editing and pitch correcting software. So I'm taking something that I've recorded, and just editing it, cleaning it up from the natural recording that I had.
Of songs about temple. Songs about temple. About temple. About temples and about temples and curls. Many a love song, many a love curls, many a love song. Many a love song. Many a love songs been sung in vain.
Yeah, no problem, Zach. This is something I'll probably start to do a little bit more often with whatever I may have, be it things that I've recorded. If I can get some tracks from other people, I do sound at my church and have recordings from that. So it's honestly, it's just kind of nice because this is monotonous. It's kind of boring. So even if there's only, there's only 3 people in here now, but even if there's, allows me to talk to somebody and kind of helps make this, kind of motivates me to do it. So no problem. I hope to kind of continue to do it. I finally got it set up where it works. Jeremiah, I think the first time I started recording learning tracks was actually, I did some recordings with Corey, who commented up there probably 6 or 7 years ago. God, it might even be longer ago than that. And I probably purchased Melodyne not too long after that, so it's been, 6-7 years probably that I've been using this.
Been sung in vain. Been sung in vain. Many a love song, many a love song, many a love song.
That's one of those where I just have to play it over and over again because I know something's wrong, but I'm not entirely certain what it is.
Many a love song.
For one, it's that bass is too loud.
Many a love song. Many a love songs been sung in.
Yeah, it was all self-taught until actually right after my son was born. I was up at night all the time, and I found a couple of YouTube channels that talked about mixing, and so probably the last 2 years or so I've spent a lot of time on YouTube and various forums kind of learning from people who actually know what they're doing. But up until then, yeah, it was just self-taught, just kind of picking away, clicking at stuff and figuring out what it does.
Many a love songs be, many a love songs, many a love songs been sung in vain. Been sung in vain.
Instead of turning bass down, I'm actually going to bring lead up here.
Songs been.
That's too much.
songs been sung in vain.
Grab the end of this, those ends don't hit at the same time. Oh, these get tricky too. Sometimes Metal Dyne will do some goofy things, so it has that N as its own note of the bass part, so to try to move that around and keep it.
They speak of a pain. They speak of a love so new, yet they...
Yeah, I mean, obviously experience helps, but you can just know from your ear what you're hearing. So, and I'm going to change all of this as we bring in more parts, because what sounds good in the duet isn't necessarily going to sound good when we have 3 and 4 parts in here. But I mean, just naturally as a musician, as anybody that sings, you know, I want to hear, this is a lead here, I want to hear what the melody is, need to make sure I'm hearing that at all times. And then bass is kind of the foundation of what we're building the quartet on. So obviously experience helps, and knowing what good balance kind of sounds like is key, but even just as a musician, you kind of know what you're looking for.
They speak of a love so... They speak of a love so... They speak of a love... They speak of a love so new.
There's one where I'm trying to cheat by just looking and seeing if they line up, and that doesn't work here because it's apparently not right.
They speak of a love so new.
It's closer.
They speak of a love so new. They speak of a love so new. Yet there's only but one.
So I'm going to cut that just to make sure when I move this one, it doesn't push the end of that phrase back.
There's only but...
Here again, I'm cheating just by looking. I'm trying to get... This will line up with the beginning of this note, so I'm just trying to get it to line up there. Yeah, I would agree, and it's honestly the most frustrating part, because in your mind it feels like I've sung this song already, I've listened to it a million times in the editing process, I should absolutely know how this goes, and it always takes like 2 or 3 hours to sing along to it. Obviously it's just going to come down to how comfortable you can get in front of a camera, how good of a performer you can be, and the other part is just doing it for over and over and over again until what you've done in the video matches what's actually in the recording. And a big part of that is actually singing when you're doing it, because if you're just going to try to lip sync quietly, it's never going to look natural or normal. So actually singing, and 2 is then having whatever the source is that you're singing along with loud enough that you can hear it to make sure that you're in time.
There's only but one.
That's not right.
There's only but one song that's truer than true. There's only but one song that's truer than true. Only but one. Yet there's only but one song. There's only but one. There's only but one. There's only but one.
Yeah, this is another one where it's just the transition isn't the same.
There's only but one song.
It's just trying to do the best to make it sound in time with each other. They just didn't sing it the same. And by they, I mean me.
That's truer than true.
Also, I kind of just realized I didn't really answer your question. I don't know if I'll necessarily do a video tutorial. For whatever reason, I haven't found... I just downloaded OBS yesterday. That's what I'm using to stream the screen here and the audio that you're hearing and I'm speaking. But for whatever reason, I can't figure out how to make it record. So if I can figure out how to make it record, I might do a video here and there on this. Just because I don't really like the fact that I'm not uploading, but I just flat out don't have the time to record anything. So I may try to kind of use things like this to supplement just some content on my channel to continue to upload, because I think I've only uploaded 3 videos in the last 2 years, and that's just not, it's not okay.
That's truer than true. Truer than true. This song. This song. I see. I see. I sing to you, into you, to
Alright. I'll just listen. Essentially just going to listen to hear if anything sticks out.
Many a girl, many a broken heart. Many a broken, many a broken heart.
Wondering if that sounds terrible because you're supposed to be in unison. Yeah. Oops. That's why. I just can't read music. That's not true. I read music poorly.
Many a broken, many a broken heart, many a broken heart. Moon up above, so. Moon up above, songs with diamonds and pearls. Songs with diamonds. Songs with diamonds and pearls. Never enough songs about dimples. Songs about dimples and curls. Many love songs. Many love, many love songs. Many love songs been sung in vain.
Oops.
They speak of a love so new. Many loves, many loves, many love songs, many love songs be.
It's a little better.
Many love songs, Many a love song.
I think that love is late.
Many a love songs.
Hey, there we go.
Been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new. They speak of a love so. They speak of a love so new. Yet there.
The song title is It's You. I think I hadn't really heard anybody do it. It was a new song we were learning as a quartet before we had stopped singing a little while ago, but Vocal Spectrum sang it on the AIC show this last year, or maybe 2 years ago. Alright, so now we're just gonna, so is lead bass good enough for the time being, so I'll bring in, this should be baritone. I'll probably do this for another couple minutes until 10 o'clock central here. I've been going for an hour, so that's pretty good. Again, bringing in here, we're just gonna hit this with the old Control-Alt-P, and it's gonna center everything that it sees, be it right or wrong. We'll find out as we go through.
Many a love song about many a girl, many a broken heart.
So what's this gotta be? G, E flat, B flat.
Many a many a broken heart.
Oh, kind of a goofy little thing my voice does in there. Let's see if we can make that go away. You can still hear it, but it's less noticeable.
Moon up above, songs with diamonds.
Whoop.
With diamonds in pearl.
It's another one where it didn't recognize that slide because it's seeing it as a single note. So it corrects them to a single note. And now that's too quick. There we go.
Never enough. Never enough songs about dimples and curls. Many love songs been sung in vain. They speak of a love so new. They speak of a love.
Oh, I lost where we are on the sheet music.
They speak of a love so.
Probably means that the lead line's wrong there. And it is. Eve.
Sung in vain. They speak. Speak of a love so new, yet there's only but one song that's truer than true. That's true. Song. That's truer than true. This song. That's truer than true. This song I sing to you.
It's another one that sounds a little bit unnatural.
Many a love song about many a girl, many a broken.
Cut that guy there. I gotta bring this back. I'm doing it because I want to hear just two voices at first. I will bring bass in and then balance to that. But I'm doing it at first because I want to go through part by part and make sure that my consonants and the starts and ends of words and the starts and ends of phrases line up. And it's a heck of a lot easier to do that when you only have two voices than trying to figure out which one was out of time and out of sync. And then once all of that's completed, then bring in the other parts and then get it all balanced. Because obviously there are slides in here. There are times that the other three parts are saying words while lead is just sustaining. So I'll have to balance those out and make those in time after I'm through. This is just step one, essentially, of the process.
Many a many a many a broken heart.
You get to that end a little quicker and then off that end a little quicker.
Broken heart, moon up above sun. Heart, moon up above sun. Moon up above sun.
Try to deal with these S's again while we see them.
Moon up above sun. Moon up above songs with diamonds. Songs with diamonds in.
And also, I'm not sure if I've ever heard this duetted together. These two parts by themselves is a fantastic duet in terms of arrangement, not necessarily saying that what I've done here is fantastic.
Moon up above songs with diamonds and pearls.
So we get that little flammed S there where they're not hitting at the same time.
Girls.
There we go.
Never enough song.
It's another one where it hasn't recognized all these words. And then another S.
Never enough.
Also, whenever you cut a note, it will lose the correcting that you had, and it'll give you two different ones. So just hit it with a quick Control Alt P. Or Command Alt P if you're an Apple user, I assume.
Girls. Never enough. Girls. Never enough. Never enough song. Never enough song. Never enough songs. Never enough songs. Never enough songs about temples and songs about temples. Songs about temples and curves.
This one where the leads sound a little bit more artistically and the baritone is sung more to be accurate and in time, and they don't quite mesh together perfectly, so you kind of just listen to it over and over again until you can find what sounds most natural and best.
Enough songs about temples.
That sounds actually pretty good.
Songs about temples and curls. 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 Many love songs be. Many love songs be.
Oops. Thought it had that S separated. It did not.
Many love songs been sung in vain. Sung in vain.
This is another one where it has the N as a separate note, so you kind of got to treat both of them differently.
They speak. They speak of. They speak of a love so new. They speak of a love so. 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 They speak of a love so new. They speak of a love so new. Speak of a love so new.
And this is all just, you can just hear that it's off a little bit, and then you just hunt and move it around until it becomes right.
They speak of a love so new.
At least close.
Yet there's only but one. There's only but one song that song that's truer than true. That's truer. That's truer than true. That's truer than true. This song. This song. This song I sing to you. Sing to you. Sing to you.
Need to have that 2 held up to U.
Sing to you. Sing to you.
Alright, so again, that's just, what we're doing. And so I've been streaming for about an hour now. If you want to get a sense of how long it takes to do something like this, that's, not even all of the editing that needs to happen on 2 parts. Still have to bring tenor in, correct it, get that in time, then bring all 4 together, get all 4 cooperating with each other. And again, this is only about a minute of a 4-odd minute song. So you can kind of do a little bit of the math yourself. Hopefully, who knows, I won't really have a schedule to this, which probably isn't great in terms of viewership or having people know what's going on. But just keep your eyes peeled. If you have notifications turned on for the channel, you get notified when I go live. Otherwise, yeah, I'll be doing this on and off in the absence of, my ability to record and post full completed products. So this is just kind of something that'll be new and give me an opportunity to do this. And kind of get feedback from all of you as the viewer to see if it's something that you're enjoying, something that you'd like to continue to see more of, and we'll go from there. So thanks to the couple of you that were out here, and have yourself a good night.